Hey, how's it going, boys? Actually, Julio here, bringing you guys some more ranked 1v1 action. And really, this is just a giant propaganda post for Berliner Grupperung, is what this is going to end up being. So, Stobez is ranked number 2 on the leaderboard. He's a very good player, but he's pretty cheesy with his CV everywhere tactics. So, all I'm going to do is just put this on times 10 and let you guys watch. So, I'm playing First Armored. There's no hope in the world on this map, and since the ranked gameplay is like just random map, whatever div you brought in, whatever div the other guy brought in. Like if somebody brings an airborne map and you're on a map like, an airborne div and you're on a map like this, you're absolutely fucked. So I just want to show it play out, let it play out, and then talk more about it. So he starts with 2 F-15s, so that way I can't contend for this guy whatsoever, because tornadoes are definitely inferior, and if I bring them out now, well, it's only going to be 1, right? I have to wait a little bit. I have to save up like 600 points. Cap zones, cap zones, cap zones. Runs over here. Annoying ass Cobra. Javelins can't defend themselves. Blah, blah, blah. LAVs going everywhere faster than I can move stuff to block them, even though I have them, even though I spot them sometimes. Over here, Centaur almost lost a fight to an LEV, even though the Centaur was in a defensive position and cover. That's fantastic. Airborne leader, absolute beast of a squad. I really like how he does this. It's really well organized, and it's a really strong push. Yeah, it's pretty strong. Over here, I dropped some smoke on likely ITO positions and ATGM positions, and then I saw that he has way more dragon than he has airborne, so I just moved all of my armored forces in there, and he's just gonna weasel his CV around the big ass zone. Nice. Very fun. Over here, I have to build up like an actual big ass force over multiple minutes of income to be able to wash him out, because these are all ninja autocannons of good stealth. So I'm going to need to be able to see, and these are all 10-man squads with assault and AT force. He's not unloading these. Big mistake. He probably could have won right here if he did. And there's the big move right there. He just sends 2 Avengers, an LEV, another LEV, and a Humvee over here. And a division like First Armored, you really have nothing to... You have no way to deal with this. None. So, like, first of all, this would be solved. Like, a lot of the ranked ladder cheese that happens would be solved instantaneously if the way ranked games work was you guys queued up, you guys got matched, it displays a map, whatever map it is, and then you pick your division. Because I would never play First Armored on this map, personally. Not with the amount of airborne people there are playing the game right now. A lot of 11E and 82nd Airborne, and 11E does the same shit that 82nd Airborne is doing right here, like exactly the same shit, just with Saggies, and Saggies are actually stronger than anything 82nd Airborne has, in my opinion. So super annoying. But now I'm going to show you a counter to this. So immediately after that game, I went into the war chat, I queued up again, and I said, Stobez, queue back up. And he did. He didn't back down from the challenge, so I give him respect for that. Lots of respect. And no way is this a bash. This isn't a bash at all. Like, if you want to play 82nd Airborne or 11E, go ahead and play them. Have fun. But the rest, everybody else who's trying to play any other division, whenever we get you on a bad map for us, we're going to be feeling some type of way. Understand. Anyways, so now I'm playing Berliner Grupperung, which is really just a perfect counter to the 11E spam and the 82nd Airborne spam, while still being able to contend with divisions that have armor. I really and truly believe this. Everybody else thinks they suck because they have no heavy tanks, but I don't agree with that. I don't think you need heavy tanks to be a good division, as demonstrated by 82nd Airborne and 11E. But I certainly have way more infantry that's collectively better than his infantry, collectively speaking. And I started with really defensive posturing. I put D44s over here, D44s over here, recon unit over here, and I tried to fight for this area over there, but it just didn't work out in my favor. We'll slow this down to like a ×4, I suppose. Over here, 3 of these 50 cals is enough to kill an LAV in a 2v3. And that's why he ended up backing off, and that's pretty cool. I really like that a lot. I think the SPW spam is quite strong. Anytime you can spam 50 cals out like that is nice. He arrow rifle dropped some leaders over there right after I deployed my ZU. So my ZU got here right as the Chinook was flying over, and the Chinook has so much HP, I just didn't care. And got the land off anyways. Now I have to come over here and I have to chase the CV out of the zone. Very annoying, but it is what it is. I did start with 2 CVs at the beginning of the game. One of them came back over here, one of them's over here, and then I bought a new one as soon as I saw that he was capping this. If he was just a little bit more aggressive on these areas like this, like right now, hunting down my CV, he would certainly win a lot more games, and he would have beat me here, 100%. Napalm bomber trying to come in, he's just gonna hop and skip and weasel his way throughout this town. Very annoying. I have a CV right over here that I'm trying to keep safe to my best of my abilities, and there's really nowhere safe to put him. I do get the napalm bombing off on that CV, and at the same time I'm able to corner in on this CV and kill this CV. Now I have to contend with his LAV and his airborne, and his LAV is a fucking ninja vehicle, so my TO-55s can't shoot back even though they're getting shot at from that general direction. Like, just point the gun in that general direction and shoot at a fucking flash. How hard is that? Anyways. Yeah, so I annihilated everything over here, and I gave him a little bit of his own medicine. Ran back here, I was able to decap and then cap it, and then I'm going to get into this zone now. I'm being just as annoying as he is. He ran a CV over here, but I already have a CV in here. Very fun. And he's sending another CV by helicopter over here. By the way, this helicopter has 12 fucking hit points. Mind you. Mind you. And, yeah, well, this is fun. Anyways, he was able to neutralize this zone, but then I kept this zone, and he's deploying another CV in response to that, as well as a CV in response to this. Over here, I'm just trying to skirmish up, so that way I can put my CV into that zone once I eliminate this one. However, I was a little bit too over-ambitious, as I did not have the forces required in this general area to be able to eliminate that. But now we're coming over here into this little ship fight. This little ship fight's not great. Over here, I'm just going to run my CV back over here because I know that this is probably undefended. But if he was just paying attention, he would have been able to snipe it with those airborne. Very fun. So, really, the more I'm watching this and the more I'm bringing it down, this is a game I should have lost 110%. But everybody's human. Everybody makes a shit ton of mistakes. Even the #2 player in the world, which is Stobez. So say lovey. He takes the Kiowas without that aren't warriors. Very interesting. And I'm going to try my best to chase down that infantry CV right there. And I'm also going to start forming a force over here that can clear this contingent out. And as he moves the CV out of this zone, I put mine back over here. And then I did the same thing over here. And over here, they're just nearly staring at each other. Once again, this is one of those moments where he could just go in and get it. But I think he's assuming that I have a infantry CV or tank CVs, which it makes sense to bring tank CVs in this deck. Honestly, I could drop the TO-55s for them, or one of the cards, the T-55 for tank CVs. I actually would highly recommend it if you're going to be building your Berlin Grupperung deck purely out of spite for 82nd Airborne and 11E, just like me. So that is one thing I would change about my deck after playing this game. Now I finally have enough bodies to just fucking YOLO through here and cast a big net of visions. That way I can see wherever his CV is moving. Ninja my CV over here because this is the way he wants to play the game, so I'm going to play it this way too. F-16 Seed comes out. I have to mute my Cubs. And by mute, I mean put them on hold fire. Over here, Airborne Dragon. Very strong, 20 guys. They have a fucking Dragon too. Nice. Going for the napalm bombing, misses entirely, but I'm able to route the airborne, which means that my SPW-70 and my T-55 can just roll up onto the Dragon if they ever do choose to do that. And I finally amassed a swarm over here as well, and now I'm going to push them. Now, you could break this down into a formula, right? So, I'm playing Berlin Grupperung. Really, you could break this down into a formula before you even play the game, right? So, you get matched up in a match like this. Playing Berlin Grupperung, you're against 82nd Airborne. Here's what you do. 50%, 50%, and you cast wide nets too. You have a wide front line of D44s here, D44 here, and some AA guns. Same thing over here, you know, D44 here, AA gun here. Maybe you don't need a D44 here or an AA gun, but I put an AA gun here just in case. And then on minute 2 and minute 3, or minute 1, minute 2, and minute 3, you deploy your force over here, and then boom, you have 3 large swarms. And as you're doing this, you can be really meticulous. D44, D44, recon, truck from the recon unit I deployed over there, and then you just push across the map. And that, I think, is a very sound strategy to countering this CV backline shenanigan cheese. I'm gonna call it cheese, but I don't even know what cheese really means anymore. You know, in StarCraft 2, cheese means something. The word cheese means, like, it's undefeatable unless you act in a very specific way. It's like poker hands, right? If you're doing cheese, you're using, like, a joker, and your opponent is basically just... this is a bad analogy, but it's fucked up. It's like poker. It's like poker, right? So your opponent has one hand, you have one hand, and it's not really about how you play the hand at all, actually. There is no playing the hand. I mean, you can play the hand a little bit and wait for the flop and see what happens and shit, but, like, if your opponent has pocket aces and you have pocket twos, you're fucked. So, there you go. That is that analogy finally wrapped up. 2 MiG-21 Bisses at the same time against an F-15 Eagle. I feel like they have a good chance of doing something about that. They do get the route off with the help of the Su-22, but one of the MiG-21 Bisses is murdered. And now I have this infantry swarm coming over here. He's dispatching an A-10 rocket now to try to deal with it. And he has a CV right there that's well protected. As you see, I'm just control lift clicking on T-55As, because that's how you Berlin group run. And now my swarm in the middle is going, and I have to find out, I have to triangulate his location to be able to push in there. And that would be easily accomplished, actually, if I put the CV in the zone. Because if I put the CV in the zone, then this blue-red line is going to be like this, and I'm going to know he's in that corner. And then I can just Q move all my shit into that corner. So that's something I should have been taking advantage of more. Also, I should have ran the CV out sooner than I did. Very big mistake. If you don't have vision of the area around your CV, it's probably a bad move to put it into the CV, into there. There we go. That's what makes the CVs around the backline cheese, is because you don't know whether or not it's safe there, but you're going to take that risk anyways. And more often than not, it pays off. That is cheese. You just get away with shit that you're probably not supposed to get away with. Is this Apache still able to shoot its autocannon at my SPW? There we go. Nice. He has really good helicopter micro. It's really difficult to deal with him. Airborne leader back here. He's turning off the Humvee's autosail, which is very good skill. I love that. A little bit of cinematic A-10 action for you guys. And the Cubs in the town, very bad position for Cubs, because their line of sight gets blocked by every building each direction that the A-10 moves, which fucking sucks, obviously. AGI's in here. AGI destroy airborne squads, absolutely to destroy them. It just finishes first salvo. Second salvo goes off. Oof. Pain. That's another reason why I think this division is really good, is because you get the AGIs. More CV shenanigans, because this is the way he wants to play, so I'm going to play like him. I don't know what this is. Is this some early form of ERA? Very interesting. It's just like, to me, it looks like bags of cocaine, because that's what bags of cocaine look like. Airborne over there, he's able to stop that. He retreats his Sheridan out of here as I'm closing in to be able to decap that zone. Smart. Airborne leader is just going to YOLO swag its way up here. But this time it's not cheese, because he has that revealing that the area is safe. So, totally fair. Airborne Dragon, it's not going to be enough to stop these T-55s in this MTLB, but with the assistance of the F-16, if the F-16 ever wants to shoot anything, it will be certainly enough. Cubs over here still struggling to try to make their way out of here. They've wasted almost all of their missiles, except for 2, collectively, by shooting in the town. Shooting in the town is a terrible move. Never let your Cubs shoot next to buildings. I think that goes for a lot of it, AA actually, too, because buildings absolutely fuck AA line of sight. Against planes, specifically, the most. And here the swarm's just going and going. It's not going to stop. Okay, so airborne CV was unloaded right there. I'm going to move my swarm towards his position. And at this point, I only have 1 CV left because I've indulged in the shenanigans as well without tuning my deck to be shenanigan specific. I'm gonna tune it after this replay, and you guys can just copy my deck if you also hate 82nd Airborne and 11. Airborne leader back into the truck. Good move. This airborne, unbeknownst to me, only has 1 AT-4 left, which means I could just swag my T-55 in front of him, which I think is what I'm going to try to do, is I'm moving this T-55 over there to try to block him off. Anyways, all these shenanigans right here, both of our playstyles, I mean, both of our mechanics and skills and all that really started to fall off the edge towards this part of the game. We're both just tired and annoyed and pissed at each other. 12 HE helicopter doesn't die to 3 Dishkas that were made to kill helicopters. Nice. F-15 gets sniped by my Cub Swarm. It took me way too long to get my Cub Swarm up. I should have tried to get that Cub Swarm up way sooner. And I have a lot more shit moving into here because I know that he's low on AT. I'm literally just throwing tanks at him. Tanks and SPWs at him until he runs out of AT. And then I can run up more on top of him. And I think that's a beautiful thing about this division, is that the way it's built, you can afford to do that. You can just throw shit at the things that kill them, and eventually they'll run out of ammunition, and you can throw some more and just win. And he knows that. That's why he's trying to LGB that desperately. F-16 AT gets routed. LGB gets routed as well. SPW is here to block off things from coming into there. T-55 was able to 1v1 the airborne leader and win because he left it on a move command. Now what I'm going to do is I'm going to do some more CV shenanigans to get into the zone and decap that and cap it. Decap and cap it. I really want to put it over here, but I don't know that he's out of ammo on everything just yet. There could be something back here he's hiding that has ammo. It's obvious who wins that. Now we're just gonna put it on times 10 to wrap it up, because we know who's winning this. It's me. See that? See this? And now I have to form another swarm over here, because his contingent has grown there. Did get my SPW out safely this time, my commander that is. Move some stuff into his back line because he loves doing that. Now I artillery strike right there with 2 grads, but I actually miss. Very good on him. Very good placement on the CV being right here instead of inside the corner, because the corner is the obvious spot. I did mount those Matsushin into their vehicle to try to unload them directly on top of the Sheridan, because I figured I wouldn't be able to kill them both in time before one of them got out. And now I'm just spreading zoo guns out everywhere, and yeah, I win. Yep. That is that. That SPW did work, man. Some of these SPWs actually got LAV kills. That T-55 got LAV kills. The T-55s are so good at countering LAVs, too, if you don't like that. SPWs kill helicopters a lot. There it is. SPW killing an LAV. This is why you should play Berliner Group Roam if you hate 82nd. Anyways, now, since I just played those two games back-to-back fresh in my memory, I'm gonna be, what's the word? Calibrating my deck to fight 82nd and 11E. TO55s are nice, but I really want more T55s. Actually, you know what? Yeah, so this will be the way to make it against 11E. You're gonna want something like that. The T-34s could actually be really, really useful against 11E and 82nd Airborne as well, because as you notice, they only have a certain amount of AT rounds, and an SPW just rolls up, gets killed, boom, my T-34's there. You know what I'm saying? Well, I already had 7 CVs. 7. So 9 now. Not sure. You could also drop one of these units in here to be able to fit a CV. An infantry leader. Infantry leaders would be very good in a division like this. I think that if I want my CV leader, I drop the Pioneer. I don't really use the Pioneer that much anyways. Which one would it be? Washington Fury would be really cool. Also, I gotta fix that name too, don't I? Somebody's gonna comment about that. Damn, dude. I'm not really looking at the keyboard. Like, the amount of T-55s you get is quite overwhelming. Like, I'm at the point where I'm questioning if I even need this many T-55s. I mean, I'm gonna need it if I face another tank division, but against specifically 11E and 82nd, I don't know, probably not. Yeah, now I have 9 plus 2, 11 CVs, just because of 82nd and 11E. I would suggest getting a helicopter. You guys are going to want helicopters because you're going to be like, helicopters are so useful for clearing out backline action. But helicopters are absolutely useless when you're not able to secure air dominance. So that's what I think about that. But in this division, you can cub spam. So I suppose you could keep your helicopters relatively safe if you really wanted to. But in a division like 35th, you can't defend your helicopters. Yeah, man, I think this is it right here. I think this is all you need. Actually, you know what? Fuck it. No Washington Fury. Nah, I take it back. I am doing the Washington Fury. Well, ladies and gentlemen, this is the anti-11E 82nd deck. If you guys want to use it in ranked, it will be in the description. Thanks for watching. See you guys in the next one. Like and subscribe.